What's up, guys? Keyshawn Chia here, and this is part three. Yeah, part three of what if Deku was a villain. Uh, we're gonna do a quick recap and then get to new parts. Now, what happened was the USJ attack happened, and pretty much Deku and Kill went to join the event, join the other villains to pretty much make a name for this. As they was defeating Bakugo and Todoroki, they pretty much witnessed the fight between All Might and they pretty much took a seat and watched the fight between the Nomo and All Might. All Might was, you could say, misery taking a F, taking a goddamn L, and just getting his ass beat down. While Uraraka used all her strength and her might to pretty much punch Shigaraki in the stomach and pretty much tap All Might to pretty much give him a fight chance. While the Nomu pretty much stumped on her and ended her whole career, you could say. Now, All Might pretty much killed Nomu, but lost a student. Now, Shigaraki pretty much leaves and takes, like, only a couple villains with him that he needs and get out of there. Now, whew, Shigaraki at the place pretty much is, pissed off and stuff, while, you could say killed Deku pretty much saying that All Might has a time limit, spinning out his weakness that, you know, only that they know. And Shigaraki is smiling, saying, "We're gonna get him this time and actually kill him." Now, this is where you could say Toga comes in and a new member comes in and they wants to join, which they pretty much fight each other, and also Shigaraki is about to fight them too. And he says stop, and everybody's everybody part of the thing. Now this is where they bring back Uraraka to pretty much help her get strong, but Uraraka has another goal in mind, you could say, to get strong, but to also join Deku and Kill on their, you could say, adventures to be a part of the thing. Now, let's get to the new parts now. Now, pretty much, Kill is pretty much you could say, with his daughter, because Frankenstein's daughter, Elizabeth pretty much was telling him that he had a child, and they're pretty much out to talk stuff. Now, they're pretty much at the island they're pretty much at the island and stuff talking, and Deku was pretty much saying, "Brother, we have to get ready to talk to the villains. We have to meet to the League of Villains and pretty much talk to them and stuff. Since we got in, which Kill says earlier, and this is where he gives a kiss to Elizabeth and tells her to pretty much tells her pretty much bye and heads off. Now Deku and Kill heads to the League of Villains hideout, and they have a whole table and stuff. They're pretty much talking to each other and all that. Now as they're talking, Deku and Kill is not listening to each other. They're pretty much playing video games on their game console. And Shigaraki's saying, "Are y'all listening?" Which Deku and Kill says, "Yeah, we was listening." Pretty much attack them when they're going to camp. When they're having this camp thing, pretty much attack, because you got information from the trader inside. So go in there, attack, capture one of the students, so All Might can come to this place, in which all for one can kill All Might, if I'm correct. Right? Which Shigaraki says correct. Now, Kill and Deku says, "Well, you can continue talking now and tell us the rest of the plan." Now, Toga's at the table and everybody else too is listening, all that. Well, they're pretty much playing video games and not, you could say, caring. But they know what's the plan. Now, this is where Shigaraki asks Deku and Kill, say, "Since y'all don't have a quirk, why do y'all still join them? Why do y'all Why do y'all still join the League of Villains? Are y'all skilled or anything? At martial arts or anything? And this is where Shigaraki is going for a grab to try to hurt, you could say, Deku. Now, Deku quickly looks at Shigaraki with the eyes, and his eyes forms of that of the opposite cross with the rose veins. And he pretty much says, "You really want to do that, Shigaraki?" Which Shigaraki already thinks he has a hold on Deku, and pretty much is using his I think his cremation, if I'm correct. Well, his quirk in thinking he's hurting Deku and doing damage to him, but it's an illusion. He's actually hurting himself, and he's pretty much saying, "What? This is me," and he's pretty much hurting himself, and he's like saying, and Toga's saying, "What the hell? What are y'all doing to him?" Which Kill is pretty much saying, "All right, brother, you don't want to kill our leader now, do you?" Which Deku says, "What? He attacked me first." Now this is where Shigaraki faces like getting damage and stuff from his own quirk, and he's saying, What's that? What kind of quirk is that?" And Deku pretty much heals his face and says, "I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry, leader. He was trying to kill me. I thought I had to defend myself somehow. Are you alright?" Which he's getting up and saying, "Yeah, I'm alright." Now Shigaraki's sweating shit, like you could say shitless, and terrified of Deku and his brother now, because they just showed only, you could say, 1% of their power. Only 1%. That's not even 100% of the power. That's 1% of the power of one of their abilities. Now, Shigaraki is pretty much telling Toga to keep an eye on both of them. Keep an eye on both of them and see where they go at and stuff. Which she says, right? Which she says, "Roger that." Now, as they begin to go and everybody going their separate ways, this is where the sports festival comes in. And everybody's like excited to go in because they say people who has a quirk and stuff can get in class too, can join class 2A and stuff and can be invited in there. Now, this is where Deku says, maybe we can like be the secret spies, be the extra spies, and get in class 1A since we're already part of the college. I mean, which Kill says, "Yeah, we could do that." Now, as they're going to the sports festival, Toga is pretty much following them. This is where Deku grabs Toga. Well, pretty much grabs Toga and hold her up to the wall and says, "So why are you following us? The Shigaraki tells you to follow us, so to see what's our secret power up, or what our true goals is to do." Which Toga's not saying anything and looking away, blushing, which Deku pretty much grabs her chin and gives and kisses her. He's pretty much saying, "Now you gonna tell me?" Now she pretty much spits out the beans and tells what's happening, and he says, I know I should not hurt him. Now he's being a pussycat and afraid that we're gonna try to betray him or anything. Man, trust issues in this group. Am I right, brother?" Which Gil says, "Hey, don't look at me." Now, this is where Deku tells Toga that pretty much you could say telling her the truth that, listen, they just really want to be they was really wanted to be part of the group because ever since All Might says they can't become heroes without a quirk, I pretty much had a new motivation and goal and stuff. And she says, "Then what power do y'all have?" Which you could say Deku. Deku says, "Well, if I tell you, you can't tell no one else." And she says, "Okay." Now Deku explains to her that they are, you could say, gods or demigods, or you could say gods of another god. His name is Kill and stuff. And Toga's understanding and stuff, saying, "Wow." And Kill says, "Yep, our father is Kill," which he's probably somewhere. Now, this is where Deku says, "Don't promise you don't tell Shigaraki, right? Don't tell him." Which she says, "Okay." Now, she's pretty much touching her lips because she remembered the kiss of Deku, and she says, and she pretty much asks, "Do you know about fate and being bound together?" Which Deku says, "Yeah, I know about that." and she pretty much runs up to Deku and says, "I think we was bound for each other," which she pretty much kisses him and you could say skips away, hopscotches away, which Deku says, oh, bound by fate. Now, as Deku and Kill is going to the sports festival, this is where they start to, you know, have a uniform and stuff, and we're gonna say, we're gonna say Elizabeth, not Elizabeth, Queen and Wonderland is saying, "Oh, y'all guys are here. I thought y'all wouldn't go." Which uh, Deku and Kill says, "No, we changed our mind. I think we want to go to try to get into Class 1A." Now, the sports festival is. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's continue the story. Now, if you're wondering who was calling me, that's a goddamn Karen who was calling me. My bad about that. But pretty much, yeah, Deku and Kill, goes to sports festival saying they're gonna get to Class 1A, which you could say Queen and Wonderland says, okay. Now, the race. Now the race happens. Now, as they're racing with Todoroki and Bakugo, this is where Kill and this is where Deku says, I'm going to do the race and I'm going to get the 100 thing and then we can just get all the way to the battle. Now, as pretty much, and the speech thing is much different. Bakugo does the speech thing, but he just pisses off everybody, you could say. Now, as Deku's, you could say, walking, this is where he teleports and just makes it pretty much not doing the effort of trying to do everything else. He just teleports and everybody's saying, wow, amazing. Do you see that? Is Quirk some type of teleportation? Now, everybody's getting amazing stuff by Deku. Now, Deku is pretty much has the 100 headband saying, bro, are you ready? Which he says, yeah. Now, they form a team together, and we're going to say Deku brings in Wonderland and also Queen. And Deku asks, what is Queen's quirk? And she pretty much saying, well, my quirk is called Black Frames, which Deku says, what Black Flames can do. She says, well, I can do many things. I can conjure, I can make like fireballs, I can throw fire at people, I can also heal wounds, or I can pretty much make myself like intangible so no one can like touch me or hurt me. I can also fly with it, which Deku says, alright, that's great. We're gonna need some flames. Maybe make a flame circle. And this is where Kill says, well, what is yours, Wonderland? And she's pretty much saying, oh, well, if you so desperate to know, which Kill begins to laugh. Mine's called Wonderland. Well, quite Wonderland. Magical Wonderland, where I can bring characters from fairy tales into real life to do my bidding, to kill, torture, do anything. Which Deku and Kill says, that would definitely come in handy. Alright, let's go. Now, their team is formed, and the girl with glasses in the room, she's pretty much doing some other things. She wants to be in the engineer club of technology. Now, Wonderland and Queen is pretty much form a circle. Well, conjure up a circle. Now, this is where Wonderland creates, you could say the Queen from, creates the Beast, from Beauty and the Beast, right? And Deku's saying, yeah, she does look like the Beast. Now, no one doesn't know who the hell these monsters are. Except for, like, if no one doesn't read Play Itself, like some of the students are saying, is that the Beast from Beauty and the Beast? And this is where the Beast is knocking people off to the ground and stuff, and they have to quickly reform back and all that. And they can't touch them because the round circle, black fire is pretty much burning them and stuff. So they pretty much won that with ease. Now the tournament. As they're fighting and stuff, this is where they're slowly getting up and all that. getting up and basically turning, mm, well, basically this both of us together, just saying, all we have to do is just win this one thing, and trying to get into the top threes, and we can get in there. But don't forget, we have to get Ghosted and Wonderland up so they can be in class 1A. So our suspicious, so no one will get suspicious of us. Which Deku says, all right. Now they're helping pretty much out Ghost and Wonderland get into the top fourth and fifth. So they would get guaranteed into class 1A. Now Deku pretty much is fighting with the guy who has, that quirk where you have to, if you don't answer the question, you pretty much will be hypnotized. Now, this is where he's about to ask him a question, and Deku pretty much looks at him and says, let me ask you a question. And he says, huh? What fingers am I holding up? Which he says, 5. And he says, I'm going to count down to 5. And if you don't leave this arena, you're pretty much going to be feeling all hell in your body part. Which he says, what? And Deku pretty much counted to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he pretty much uses his eyes. And the Crushes does the wire, and he's pretty much feels the illusion. But it's not an illusion. It's actually happening. Which, like, everybody sees on the camera that, like, you could say lines or just, like, popping out of his skin. And just, like, and he's coughing up blood and saying, and he pretty much hits the ground. Pretty much knocked out, which everybody's saying, what was that? And everybody's just, cheering, saying, wow, quite amazing. What quirk does this kid have? Like, pretty much saying what he has, or what this guy has. Which, Deku's, way to say stuff. Now this is where the fight between Kill and Bakugo. I'm gonna say the fight between Kill and Bakugo happens. And, Bakugo is trying to go for explosions and trying to hit Kill with explosion to pretty much get in the lead, which this is where Kill pretty much says, oh, you're not going to catch me with that. And Kill you could say, does activate one wing. And the wing is so white that it looks white. And they say, is he an angel? Or what? Which it shows a halo, which he's showing a halo, but a broken halo. He says, shall we fight then, Bakugo? Now, Bakugo is trying to throw explosions and stuff, and using the explosion in this guy to pretty much create big explosions and stuff to try to hit Kill. Now, Kill is pretty much dodging and stuff. He pretty much grabs Bakugo and pretty much slams him down to the ground, making a crater. Now, he pretty much lands on Bakugo's stomach, kneeing him in the stomach, saying, hi, is that all you got, Kanshan? Now, Bakugo's getting up, pretty much holding his hand up to create an explosion to try to hit Kill in the face. Now, Kill pretty much dodges it and says, huh, you almost had me there. That was a cheap move. Now, this is where Bakugo is saying, shut up, and Bakugo, one more explosion until you could say Kill grabs his arm and swings him off the stage. And pretty much defeating Bakugo. Now, the finals. This is between Kill, Deku, and Todoroki. Now, as everybody is pretty much seeing who's going to be the top winner, coming first. This is where Deku and Kill is pretty much in the locker room talking to each other, saying, all right, so who's going to throw the match for the next one once we get in the first match? Kill says, I'm thinking about feeling number 1 this time. Which Deku says, all right, I'll let you win that one in the final round. Which this is where Iida comes and says, are you with Mizuki Midori? Which Deku looks and says, who's asking? And he's pretty much saying, I give you whatever you want if you help me have my son use his fire quirk. Now, Deku looks and says, if he doesn't use his quirk, the more than better. And he pretty much pushes him out the way. And Kill says, don't worry, my brother's not gonna let your son just use one quirk. He likes to see a full fight. And as we switch to Deku, he's smiling really, like making a really crazy smile because he likes to see everybody use their potential. Now, this is where Todoroki and Deku have to fight. Now, Todoroki is pretty much using his ice thing, and Deku is pretty much destroys the ice, like using fire magic, and using his hand, pretty much blasting, or using earth, and pretty much destroying the ice. And as he's keep breaking it, he's pretty much saying, "Oh, Todoroki, you gotta use that quirk of yours," which he's overused in his ice quirk. He's pretty much breaking it apart. So. And this is where Deku says, for God's sake, it's not his quirk. Come on, it's your quirk. Now be a man and stop whining all the time." And this is where Todoroki activates his side of the fight. He's saying, "So, you really want to try me now? And pretty much those fire and ice at Deku. Now this is where Deku smiles and says, That's it." And pretty much those his black fire at Todoroki, which Queen is saying that's my quirk, and pretty much hit him, but it's not like black fire, it's chaos fire, and hit him and sent him flying into the wall, pretty much knocking him out. Now everybody's cheering and stuff and saying, like, people are trying to understand what is his quirk and stuff, including All Might. All Might like doesn't know what the hell's going on, and why, like, he's remembering the flashlight saying that they can't be heroes without a quirk and stuff, and he remembers them laughing, saying, "Okay, well, we tried to follow that dream," and pretty much leave. Now he's also remembered the time where how Kill activated something to kill the Sejong. Now this is where we switch back to Deku. To Deku and Kill now, and they're having their final fight. Now Deku is leaping at Kill. Kill pretty much says, "This is it, Heaven Blast," and pretty much uses his hand and shoots a heaven beam at Deku, which Deku gets sent flying to the wall, passes it, and pretty much hit the wall, which everybody's saying, "One hit, oh my god! I could have sworn Deku could have went in other ways," which everybody's confused of how Deku beat pretty much how Deku lost against Kill. Now everybody's shocked and stuff and saying this tournament was great and stuff. And they're pretty much now All Might is giving out the medals and stuff. And he gives the third medal to pretty much to Todoroki, saying he did his best and stuff. And Todoroki's, looking down. And the second medal goes to Deku, and as All Might is trying to give up the speech and stuff, and he's trying to ask him a question. This is where Deku says, All Might, you don't deserve to have the right to ask me no questions. And pretty much says, "Now give my medal to my brother," and pretty much All Might shuts his mouth and just gives the first medal to give the medal to Kill. Now everybody's cheering and stuff and saying gay and all that. Now this is where you could take the principal of class of who three classes pretty much offered Deku would Kill and Queen and Wooden into class 1A, which they accept. Now they're pretty much going to class 1A and stuff, and they're pretty much looking at the students and stuff, and all the students are looking at them, and they realize that they see a seat with, you could say, with a rose, which they realize, which they're acting dumb and saying, "Did someone die here?" Which they're saying, "Yeah, it was," which Momo is pretty much crying, saying it was our friend Uraraka. She died in a fight in the USJ attack, which Deku begins to do fake tears and Kill too, and they begin to cry and saying, "I'm so sorry, we didn't know." Which they was there, but they're acting like they're sympathizing and stuff and crying. Now they pretty much create they pretty much create roses and stuff, and, like black roses, and pretty much puts it at the table crying. And this, all the students are thinking like they was cocky and stuff, this first person, but no, they realize like they kind-hearted and stuff. Now, Razorhead tells everybody to sit down and begins to talk and stuff, and saying they're going to a camping thing. Well, everybody's going to, everybody's about to go to the go to the all contracts, what they vote for and stuff, which everybody's decided and stuff. Now, since Deku and Kill haven't been sponsored by everybody because no one didn't sponsor them. Wink, wink. You get what I'm saying? No one haven't sponsored them. They only get one sponsor, and it's the old man. Actually, no, the old man's dead. I forgot because all of them killed the old man and like his mentor and his master, his trainer, the old man. So there's none of that. So Bakugo has to learn how to use one for all in his own way of how to use full Kali and in his own way. So he trains pretty much by himself when, with other sponsors. Now, pretty much only everybody else got to sponsor stuff for Kill and Deku, so they pretty much had the free time to do everything want to do. Now, everybody's going to do their sponsor stuff and all that. This is where you could say Deku and Kill pretty much heads back at the island and pretty much begins to this train there and trying to unlock a fourth like transformation. Now, as they're training and stuff, like Uraraka is pretty much sitting down beside of the woman saying they're doing it. And this is where Elizabeth's saying they're trying to unlock a new power, which this is where they open up their eyes and this is where their hair turns into a different way. Now Kill hair gets even longer and Deku hair gets even longer too. And it's not that of the same galaxy form hairstyle. It's that of think of that guy hair from King of Fighters when his one eye is covered up and he only has one eye showing. Yeah, it transforms to that hairstyle. And as they're like pretty much getting up, they're saying, "All right, shall we try it out?" They said, "Yeah." Now they're pretty much combat each other, kicking and stuff, and using magic power, summoning beings and stuff, like beings and stuff and all that. Now this is where you could say Deku summons Cloud, but a different Cloud. We're gonna say an evil Cloud. Well, they summon Cloud from Final Fantasy, pretty much summoning Cloud to attack Kill, which Kill summons Kazulu, and this is where Kill tells everybody to close their eyes and don't look, which everybody closes their eyes, and this is Kazulu. Which Kazulu pretty much comes out and Cloud looks and he pretty much about to summon magic to summon mirror balls at Kazulu, which it doesn't affect him. Which Kazulu crushed Cloud and pretty much ending him, which Deku looks and says, "Damn." And this is where Deku grabs his hand and says, "Be gone," and erase Kazulu out the world. Now, this is where you could say on the news, everybody saw where there was like a big massive wave and stuff. And they're trying to figure out what the hell is that, but they don't know. Now, this is where they head back to the classroom and they realize that you could say that the class is not here and Razorhead gave all students a text message that attack is happening and everybody stick with their teachers and stuff. And this is where they realize that Iida said he's going to attack who attacking? Yeah, attack Stain, the hero killer. Now, this is where they're going to save Iida because they're not doing this out of their own heart of kindness. They're just doing it to get more trust because the class is feeling a little bit untrustworthy of them. Now they see pretty much Iida about to get stabbed in the back and pretty much kicks Stain in his face. Now, Kill pretty much heals Iida and picks him up and says, "Are you alright?" Which You're not saying, yeah, I'm alright. Now, this is where Deku's saying, alright, you ready for this? Which Stain says, huh, when you are a kid, and charges that Deku. Now, this is where Kill gets behind Stain and pretty much is about to stab him until Stain does a back swing and trying to cut both of them, which Deku backs up and pretty much pulls out a katana and charges at Stain, which Stain is trying to hold off against both of them, which this is where Kill kicks Stain on his ass and pretty much stomps on his stomach, making Stain cough with a little blood. Now, Stain is about to do something until Deku stabs Stain's hand down and stabs his other hand down. Now, Stain is, you could say saying like screaming in pain because these knives are different. These are like different type of, sharp knives. And this is where Deku stabs Stain's leg and Kill stab other Stain's leg. Now, this is where you could say Deku and Kill use their magic together, or you could say their power together to summon Pain and the Six Diva Pass, and they all jumps on. You could say jump on him of all sets. And remember the scene of Jiraiya where he got jumped on all sets and they stab him in the back? Well, it's in the opposite. They stab him in the stomach in all sets. They pretty much disappear. Now, this is where just witnessed that they murdered Stain, but Deku looks at and says, "Ain't this what you wanted? You want him to die for what he did to your brother, right?" Which says, "Yeah, thanks." Which they pretty much give him a hand, says, "Yeah, no problem." Now, this is where Todoroki comes and says, "What the hell happened?" Which saying that Stain was trying to kill everybody, and Deku and Kill pretty much saved his life and everybody else. Which Todoroki says, "Oh, okay." Now, while they're going to the hospital to see, Ida's brother after that whole fight and the nobles and stuff, this is where Deku says, "Well, we can heal your brother for you." Which says, "Stop kidding me. Don't give me false hope. You can't heal him." Which Deku and Kill looks at him and says, "We're not joking around. We can really heal him." Now they're pretty much both work together. Deku pretty much heals his broken bones and stuff and fixing all his broken bones and stuff and sealing it back up, while Kill pretty much heals his whole body so he can get back up and be pumping in his prime. Now he gets up pretty much looking at his brother saying, "Is that you?" And he pretty much starts crying and hugs his brother. Now pretty much taking up saying, "How can I repay you?" Which Deku and Kill says, "Oh, nothing. Just put your trust in us, and make sure everybody else out there trusts in us." Which he says, "I can do that." Now, they pretty much leave the hospital saying, "You think we got their 100% trust now?" Which Kill says, "Yeah." Now, as they're going to the classroom. This is where Razorhead says they're going on a trip. Well, field trip. We're going to a camping place, which everybody's excited and stuff. And saying, this is the part. This is where it's about to happen now. As you could say, Razorhead telling everybody to get their stuff packed. Well, no one's that excited because death, but they're kind of happy now. This is where Razorhead says, "Everybody get their stuff in. We're gonna head on the bus and stuff." This is where they call Shigaraki says, "Shigaraki," and Shigaraki says, "Yeah." And this is where Deku says, "Well, we're pretty much in class 20 and we're about to head on the bus and get ready to go on the camping trip. So get ready, get your man and stuff ready, and I'll let you know when it's time." Which Shigaraki says, "Alright, just let me know." And they pretty much hang up. And this is where Deku and Kill is pretty much smiling. Now this is part, I think, 3? Yeah, 3 of What If Deku Or what if Deku was a villain? If y'all like, y'all know what to do. I have faith in y'all. But I'm Keyshawn Chia. Thanks for watching and peace out.
It looks like you lost another one.